Hey everyone, welcome to week 12 of fantasy football. Congrats to Nick and Jim. Both of you are just coasting this week and next week, so go ahead and bench all your starters like a normal team would do. And give a layup to those who are playing against you because you're already in the playoffs. Good job, good season. Nick, you're literally only lost once, and your team looks a little bit unfair. You probably wish you could have 7 keepers, but unfortunately, it looks like we're somewhere between 1 and 2. Jim, also good season. I think I said I thought you two were really good, but I don't remember. Ben Baker also said was good, and currently they're the 3 top teams. On no, not unlike, very much like my every week prediction record. I am dominating in that category. Let's go ahead and get to the games for this week because almost all of them matter. They matter in this way that I must beat Aaron if I want to keep my season alive in the playoffs. And both of us basically had duds on Thanksgiving. He had Peterson do nothing and Robinson do nothing and his kicker, whatever. And I had Burton do nothing. Luckily, I only had 1 nothing. But currently, I'm sitting on to see if Baldwin's even going to play. Made a little pickup. Might have to put that guy in. I'm really banking on big games from Johnson and McCaffrey, and at least maybe a full point from Wentz would be nice. On the flip side, he needs a big game from Newton, and Fournette is back, and that is helping him as well. In this one, right now, he's predicted to win, but I think that I will win and keep my season going. So, victory me. Next is another game that is important, as in Ben must win, even though he's kind of thrown in the towel on his season. He had some duds on Thanksgiving, and on the flip side, had a decent game. Drew did from Reed, his tight end. But this is probably one of the games that mattered the least this week. So Ben needs to win, but right now he's not predicted to win, and I don't think he's going to win. So Ben will be eliminated. Next is Tyler versus Jim. Tyler really needs to win. Jim, you don't really need anything. You actually had a low game from Kamara on Thanksgiving, and Tyler actually had no one play, one of the few teams. Here's what I'm thinking, that Tyler has a chance to pull the upset because I really like Luck, and I really like Brown, and I also am feeling a little bit more Duke Johnson, especially going against the Bengals this week. It's weird that the Browns are playing against their head coach from 3 weeks ago. I don't know how often that's ever happened before, but it's the Browns, so who knows. But I think Tyler could pull the upset there and keep his hopes alive with some key losses. Next, probably one of the biggest games of the week and one of the biggest Thanksgivings of the week. Matt Ryan had 24.7 for Chris, and Julio Jones had a good game for Ben Baker. In this one, I think it'll be tight. I definitely think that Aaron Rodgers will do better than Matt Ryan, and I think I would say that every week, but also I just don't like Ryan. I don't trust him. Gordon, I think, could be decent. I think Mixon won't be as good as you would hope, and Ebron getting 3 touchdowns in 1 week's not going to happen. Setting it all up to say I think Ben Baker's going to win because I think he's going to get a good game from Rodgers, Connor, and I think he'll get good games also from Hilton and Ty. So with that, not a great week, but I think that enough will do to win. Both seasons will still be alive, but Ben will be sitting in a much better spot. Heiser came out with also a must-win game and had a great game from Cooper and a pretty good game from Cohen. And on the flip side, a lot happening, but not that exciting for John. So can John crawl out of it? The answer is no. Heiser already did too much. He'll have a decent game from Wilson and White, and I think he'll get at least a pretty good showing from San Francisco against Tampa Bay. On the flip side, I don't think Dalton and Bernard are going to have good games against the Browns. I don't think those are smart starts, and you lose. So you're a Steelers fan, so it probably makes sense why you don't know that you shouldn't start those guys. And our last game, important for Andy, and unfortunately, when he needs a win, he has to go against a guy who's only lost once, and he had Drew Brees already have a good game, but Michael Thomas didn't, and his kicker was probably below average. I don't know how much a kicker gets, but 5.5 is pretty lame. And on the flip side, he had a good game from Elliott, but a low-scoring game from his defense. So there's hope there, Andy, and I think Big Ben at Denver is going to be a really key thing for you. I think you need a lot from Big Ben to win this one. You caught Nick in the right week, as in the sense that you caught him when Thomas had a really bad game. I still think ultimately you're going to lose, and it's going to be unfortunate you had to play him as for the second time of the year, since I think that's where we're at now, the second time ones. So with all that said, that's this week. I think that means with Nick and Jim being in, and me winning, and